Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to Season 3 of the American Premier League. I am your host, the Goomotrain, oh no, I had my button set up just a little backwards. That's supposed to be a dual setting button. It was supposed to introduce me first and then show you that card. See? Here's my intro that was supposed to go off, but I had it rotated wrong. Anyways, let's hit that one more time so that I can get back into my flow. Oops. We're going to be playing, it's going to be Hellfire from North America against Ronin from South America. Now, this is like a little bit of an underdog story here. Hellfire is new to APL this year, whereas Ronin has been here for about 2 years. Ronin was formed from like members of multiple former clans, and so they have a lot of experience under their belt. Hellfire also has a lot of experience, but this is still their first time as their own separate team in the APL. So, we wish them the best of luck against the experience of Ronin. Reading into their bios a little bit, there's similar but slightly different philosophies. Ronin seems to emphasize communication and teamwork, and Hellfire emphasized it also emphasized communication and tank tactics. And so the Ronin seemed to emphasize communication just a little more, like squad tactics, on the squad level. I don't know. I should have wrote it down. Anyways, so this should be a good matchup between these two teams. Good luck to Hellfire with what sounds like a little bit of an uphill struggle, but fairly balanced. We have... Let's take a look. I need to get into a squad so that I can see how much time we have before we're supposed to start, because that's kind of important. Let's go ahead and take a look at the division standings at the moment. Right now, for Division 2... I got that one backwards too. Hold on. Division 1. Division 1. That's what we want. Did that just flip back to Division 2 again? They both say Division 2. Hold on. I messed up that button somehow. Oh well. You know what? Here's the rules for the APL. How do I make this go away? I am so sorry. I worked really hard to make these Stream Deck buttons work, and now they're not working the way that I practiced with them. I'm a little confused as to why they're not working properly. But anyways, there's the rules. Protected nodes, no destroying the nodes, no panthers allowed, and only one artillery gun that can't be killed. So, it's about 20 seconds left. Let's go ahead and fly over to the point. Looks like it's going to be Sigfried line. And, so, yeah, here we go. Ooh. You go away. There. I'll have to set those up on timers or something. Anyways, scoreboard. See, fancy buttons, all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm a little overwhelmed by it, but we'll get there. This is only the second week. Sorry if I'm not talking at the moment. I want to show you these guys' openers. Let's just take I need to enter in this information so that when somebody caps, it's kind of a little bit of a pain to have to enter it in after the match already starts. But since I don't have a secondary person to do it for me, I got to do it myself. Getting a little stuck here. Hellfire's coming up the hill. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ronin coming in from the northeast into Sigfried line. We're going to back up and we're just going to watch this while I... do that. And then this needs to be copied. I hear rockets going off. I'm missing so much. I wish there was a better way to do this. Vehicles going down. Come on. clicking and clicking and my mouse is not doing what it's supposed to. Alright, so what is the second point for that? Salient. So we got home. Let's call trail. Oh, this is so frustrating. I am not narrating it all the way I want to be. Call trail. Salient. 42. There, got that entered in now. Buttons should be setting up. Let's watch this match and looks like Ronin's coming down the hill. Sigfried kind of Sigfried expected Hellfire to have a bit of a rough go here, just because they're fighting up the hill and they've got to come across the canal. They got their Stuart coming in into the front door. I do see some tanks exchanging from far away. Looks like the medium's there. That might have been a truck. That was probably a truck. P4 just went down. So Ronin lost the P4. It looks like they're still going to get the cap, though. It's getting... it's fluctuating. It's fluctuating. You got the Puma hanging back, laying down the fire, but with that Stuart right up in the front, that's going to cause some pressure that they're going to have to... I don't know. It's still going down. And there's the cap. Boom. 3-2 for Ronin. That's what I was just setting up, is to make that do that. Alright, so now that they've capped, Call Trail is still looking pretty safe. They got a pretty good garrison spread going on for defense, Hellfire does. And their line is mostly down here with a little bit up here in the north. Kind of intermixed in the north. It looks like Ronin is going to kind of push through up there. Down here on the south side, this forest down here is going to get really hot and contested, because they're going to have to either push right up this hill where their Stuart is, which they might need to do to support that Stuart, but at the same time the Stuart is supporting them trying to push up this hill where the Puma is. And if they can take this Puma out and get something established here at these houses, they can maybe swing around the back side, assuming that Ronin is stopped on their push to Call Trail. Salvador goes down. Some artillery hitting up over here on the other side of the road, too, supporting this attack. President Sancho goes down. Big spawn in over here for Ronin. They are reacting well to this. There's that communication hard at work. Stuart is pushed up a little bit to be able to get his fire over into these trenches. A little bit of friendly fire there. That's unfortunate for Hellfire. Back up a little bit. Try and get a bigger picture over here. Still, they're right at the edge of this hill, but they're mostly just pushing over here to the east, southeast of the point. They're going to have a really hard time getting in that, though. Salvador goes down. McCraith trying to push into the trench. Takes a headshot. Domo right behind him. Domo goes down from Nacho. Ronin holds. Shifting over here a little bit. Let's head up here to the north, see what's going on more towards Call Trail. Ronin not quite pushing through. They're getting stemmed up here by Scar. That airdrop up there for Ronin is being called out and looks like it's going to be cleaned up. Heading back down here to the south. Is that the Puma? Stuart? Did the Stuart just go down? Stuart just... No, the Puma's gone. No, the Stuart's back here, so the Puma goes down. But Ronin is pushing down the hill to clear out these woods down here in the south. You can see there was a spawn in right down here. A little surprised that none of these guys are seeing each other. Nobody's looking. Chickamogli. Chipamogli. I was right. Just laying in there. Oh, but he got him. Nice by McCraith. Good reaction time. Speed up a little bit, head back over here. These guys are still taking some fire from that Stuart, but they're looking right down these hills. Domo goes down immediately. Some rocket fire coming in from McCraith. The Goose over here on the south edge of the map trying to swing around, get a flank on him. Over here in the point, you've got a squad pushing right in behind the Stuart. Taking casualties, but trying to get in here, get a little bit of pressure on. They're starting to cap back onto Sigfried line. Sorry, started drawing a blank. Gets like that sometimes. A little distracted today, I guess. A little thrown off. I prepared myself all day for this and screwed a bunch of stuff up right off the bat. This is the Goomotrain way, I guess. Pyro takes out Conejo. Conejo? Conejo? Not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Guess it's easier to pronounce this than some of the SLK guys, though. So I couldn't pronounce any of their names. Pyro goes down in the trenches. Really getting up in here into the circle. A little over half cap now. Got the doctor up here holding the gun pit. Sheepdog trying to push up. Takes down the doctor. Long range with the submachine gun. Did they just shoot each other? I think they just shot each other. Oh, a little bit more friendly fire. Hellfire's got a little bit of friendly fire going on. They're doing a decent job, but that trigger discipline. McCrath goes down after getting a shot off on the Tiger. That Stewart backing way off. Everybody in the trenches, all the Hellfire guys in the trench go down. Still looks like things are getting stalled up over by Scar, so the fight is just kind of happening here at Sigfried. Ronin pushes Hellfire back out. This Tiger making a big difference from keeping the reinforcements coming in. Stewart goes down. Stewart goes down, so that's going to take away Hellfire's tank presence right here. They still got, what's this, the medium? No, that's the Greyhound back there. Where is the medium? Got a heavy coming out. Maybe they didn't come out with the medium right away. I never seen it. Bombing run comes through. That looks like a pretty big bombing run, but I didn't really see many casualties go down, so they're gonna push into some pretty heavy fire. This looks like Pyro's trying to flank around the edge of this chest. Him and Roldo's gonna fall in, running right into each other. Zool goes down. Oh, Zato, SJDLL? Is that his name? Conejo goes down from Pyro. Pyro's doing some pretty good shooting. I've seen some pretty decent marksmanship from him. Dr. Francia comes to the trenches. Not sure who Pyro's shooting at right now. Let's back up a little bit. Try and get a bigger picture of what's happening. Pyro goes down. I think Unknown got him from way back there. Let's speed it up a little bit. Back up. Sheepdog is in the trenches now. But there's a whole squad waiting for him. I think there was a spawn in right here, so they must have an OP close by, which wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, that must have lit up because Airy just turned right around and blasted Sheepdog. Probably seen that light up and then heard the footsteps. Hellfire coming right in the front door again. If they can take hold of that bunker that's right there, they can get themselves a foothold. Get an OP up in there and start climbing into these trenches, but that's a dangerous spot and it's really hard to do. Up here by Scar, it's getting a little more spread out and intermixed. It kind of looks like Hellfire's losing control of their bottleneck up here by Scar. Now Caltrail's not contested yet, but you can see there's some guys starting to try to make their way across the river. There's a handful of Hellfire guys back there waiting to defend if they need to. But most of the fight's still over here right at Sigfried. The Goose now coming into the front. Got Ryoko, DSP over there. Just hanging out looking down the road. I'm not sure what he's looking. There he goes. Now he's getting a flank fire in. He takes a shot and he misses. Domo doesn't seem like he knows where it came from. I think Gator didn't see it either. Here comes Pyro right up at Ryoko. Gator goes down from Ryoko. Ryoko goes down from Pyro. The Goose and Domo have made it up to the bunker. The Goose goes down. That's their squad leader, so they were not able to get an OP up. I don't see an OP. Oh, that was like a tank round. Did that come from down here? Did this Greyhound push up, or was that a ricochet? That looked really weird. Upward angle. Ricochet, I guess, because there's nothing down here except for this. Oh, there is the medium. Or the heavy, I mean, is right over here. Moving into position. Obviously, we can't really see what he sees. Looks like he's taking shots over there Yeah, exchanging some fire with, let's go take a look. Let's see what he's exchanging with. I think that's the Tiger. Tiger and an AT gun over here. The Tiger's wounded. Landing some pretty close shots on this AT gun. AT gun goes down. Tiger back here is wounded. That 76 is doing some good work, keeping the pressure on for Hellfire. Now, I did point out that they emphasize their tank play as something that they work hard on. So far their tanks aren't looking too bad. That Steward did a lot of good work in the early game during the opener, and oh, I see people posting in the chat. Hello, people in the chat that they can't see it yet because there's still about 15 minutes before it actually goes live. But hello anyways, all the same. Feel free to hit the like button. I apologize for all the mistakes I made. Domo takes some guys down right here in the front. Rulu? Yeah, Rulu. Is that a machine gun? Hiding out in this bush. Ah, okay, yeah, he's got the STG. Getting some machine gun from further back, protecting him though. Slow down. Seems like it's going really fast. He's protecting this road, hiding in that bush. Sheepdog's gonna run in front of him. That's a really good position to cover that road, especially if nobody spots him. He's got a little bit of enfilade on the inside of this hill, so they can't get him from down here. They have to shoot him from the road, or come right up behind him. And as we've seen, he's got lots of protection back here. Sorry, I'm kind of flipping around as I'm explaining. More casualties going down right in the front. A little bit of a stalemate going on here. While this is happening, I do hear the Greyhound is pushing up, trying to get a little more pressure on. We'll come right back to this. I just want to make sure that we're not missing anything over here. Everything still looks under control over here. We're going to come back to this Greyhound push. See what happens. So it looks like they called in the Greyhound to get rid of Rulo, who's protecting this road. Still taking casualties. Rulo's still taking them out. He's going to be pinging and calling out that Greyhound now. Greyhound trying to just drive right in the front. I think they might have taken that Tiger out with the 76 while we were watching this fight over here. Yeah, Tiger went down from the 76 while we weren't looking. So there's no real tank presence for Ronin right now. They do have a big push going on towards Scar, but there's still a pretty equal number of troops over there for Hellfire to meet it. Rulo still holding on to the road, still killing guys as they push through. He's got a pretty decent kill streak going on right now. That Puma pushed right up there into that, he's got to be careful. They could put a satchel inside that bunker and take him out. But yeah, you can see Rulo just hiding in this bush. Not really, you can see his buddies are actually pushing down and clearing the woods south of him. So Ronin has a very firm hold south of Sigfried. Hearing some impacts going on. Not sure who's shooting at who. Looks like some exchanging going on all the way across the water. Some long distance shooting. Nacho pushing down along the south edge of the map, trying to clear out everything that Hellfire has down here in the south. Probably trying to set up, push through this garrison, maybe set their own garrison down here, push up, set another garrison up here, and then push out into Cal Trail. Is likely their plan. We'll see how Hellfire reacts to it, how far they make it. They're still trying to push in the front, but this Rulo, they don't know where he is. They don't know where they're getting shot from. Takes Gator out all the way down there in the trench. Gator goes down from Rulo. He is just wreaking havoc from this position. Got machine gun overlook from behind him. The Puma just drives right in and gets himself blown up. That's probably one of the first not so great plays I've seen from Hellfire. But maybe he was out of ammo. He might have done that on purpose. Gonna go get himself a heavy. Now, we've already seen the 76 back here doing good work. Who is he exchanging with now? Is that over here? What is shooting from over here? Oh, another AT gun right there. So, Ronin using AT guns to engage with the tanks long distance. It's pushed out. They're pushed out of Sigfried now. So Hellfire's, they're a little pushed back. There's some artillery coming down now on them as they're right here on this OP as they're trying to push in the front. So This frontal attack, as long as it's gone on, is finally going to be stopped. Looks like they're shifting it a little bit north, trying to get into the woods here from this trench, but that is an open, very open expanse uphill. Really hard to get across that. Things are kind of spread out right now. Kind of looks like Ronin is getting into Call Trail a little bit. They've moved north of Call Trail and are getting up into the watchtower there, the radio tower. And if they can get something up there, they'd be in a position to push down the hill through the trenches right into Call Trail. We'll see what happens with that. At the moment, though, it kind of seems things like it's just a little bit of a spread out line. You've got fighting going on right, kind of hooks out this way, down to the south. And it looks like down here in the south, Hellfire's starting to push into those woods again. Nacho did make it out and around. He might get that garrison. This garrison here might take it out. Got this intermix fighting going on. Leatherkite trying to get a shot down here. Takes him a second, but he gets him. Spirit looking all alone. McCraith looks like he's trying. Just takes a rocket shot at him. So screw it. I can't miss if there's nothing left of you. Hearing some shooting from Nacho, shooting back at McCraith. McCraith taking shots at Leatherkite. It looks like that squad leader that was over there went down. Leatherkite goes down. McCraith's kind of on his own. Some more rockets coming from Domo. While these woods are being contested, though, up here in the north, they did manage to push into the back up to the bunker again. Now there's a supply drop right there, so possibly a garrison nearby. Probably not right there in the front, but it's hard to say. I really wish I could see the both garrisons on both sides. Rupert's goes down. DLL would have heard that. Pyro right behind him. South gets kind of cleared out. Still intermixed, but cleared out. Pyro and DLL right on top of each other with Alvatronic. Not sure who just got him. Maybe Rupert's down here, actually. Probably Rupert's down there. So they're trying. They're trying really hard to push up. Not sure whose artillery this is coming down right here. Momo. Looked like he was kind of looking for these OPs. He might have even spotted that OP from where he was. I think he's camping it. Calling in the artillery on it, maybe. Kind of looks like he's camping it. That's unfortunate for Hellfire. Maybe Pyro can get an OP up here. It'd be really, really hot. MP Lazaro, right? Looking for him. They're looking for him. He's making it through them. Looking for spawns. There's an OP right there. He's going for it. He gets it. They will have realized, I think, that OP went down. Pyro still moving through the trenches. Gets Fafa. They still can't figure out where he is. He goes down. Didn't quite see who got him. Gordo got him. I apologize. I'm just gonna like kind of simplify your guys' names for the sake of not stumbling over my own words. DLL goes down from Alvatronic. Jeez, Rulo in his bush, dedicated to that camping spot. Doesn't want to give it up. Pyro goes down from Alvatronic, possibly from Gordo. This gets cleared out. The OP goes down. Shifting up to the north, it does look like Hellfire did react pretty well to what was going on up here. They're still trying to push out and around the radio tower up in the north, but pretty spread out, ones and twos. Not a lot of pressure anywhere in particular. They did take a hold of Scar pretty good, I suppose. Hellfire wasn't holding Scar pretty good. Ronin did push them out of there, so they've gained a little bit of more map control over here. Hellfire was more spread out in this area, and now that is all under Ronin's control. And it looks like they've got... Is that a P4? P4 coming in? I'm not gonna lie, I don't often see mediums get spawned in. Maybe he took the free one. saving their points. It's getting a little intermixed in here, but Ronin is pushing through down here on the south side. I can't help but wonder if they did manage to get some sort of double drop down here. They took out, geez, what was that? 76. They took out one of the 76s. Oh, don't go through the world. Trying to push up from the south. They did manage to squeeze a squad leader through. All the way up over here. He's over here. He's close to this garrison. It's lit up. They're going to know he's close by. There's the garrison. He might just try to swing through, but he's probably looking for a garrison, is my guess. Let's go ahead and lock onto him. Let's follow him for just a minute. See what he does. This looks like he's going to... Okay, yeah, it looks like he's just going to sneak around, get an OP up. He managed to slip through. Didn't find the garrison, but neither was he spotted immediately. So we'll come back. I'm going to guess that he'll get an OP up somewhere, and Kyle Trail's going to get hit from the rear. All right, we got about 3 minutes for this go live. The the P4 has now pushed south, pushing across the bridge. Looks like he's going to reinforce this attack on the south, and wow, Ronin has completely pushed Hellfire away from Sigfried. Still has control of Scar as well, so Hellfire is just kind of getting pushed back in line. There's a line now formed right about here by Ronin, and they're starting to push up this hill, using the trees as cover. Their tanks pushing up through the open. Getting a little bit intermixed in the woods. Slow the camera down. There he gets the goose after he takes a shot at the P4. P4 gets hit twice. Airy takes out both of the ATs. 2 of the ATs. There's a third. Takes out all 3 of the ATs. Saves the P4 at the moment. P4's fallen back. This attack was stopped, but good effort. Good being able to save the tanks. Good shooting by Airy right there. Managed to save that tank from all 3 of those ATs. There is now a spawn in coming in down here. Hellfire did rebuild their garrison a little further back, so they're now able to flood in from down in the south. They'll probably push through, clear this out, and try to push back into these woods down here, this area, where there is in fact a garrison right there. So Ronin does have a garrison down here. It's not just OPs. Up over here, you've got what looks like 76 pushing south. Yeah, Hellfire just counterattacked super hard down here in the south. They pushed Ronin straight back out. The P4 is still here, but I bet that 76 is coming right for him. Taking some more rocket hits from Rupert's. All 3 of those ATs are back here. They're shooting at the front of the tank, though. Now, I'm not saying you can't kill them that way, but that's, what, 4 rockets just now that's hit that P4 already? Got the tank commanders out, doing some repairs. Pyro's pushing up. 5 rockets have hit it now. Rupert's finally trying to flank around behind it, but there is now infantry support. Goes down from a grenade, it looks like. Oh, what was that? What did he just kill? Another Greyhound? Was that the same Greyhound? There must have been another Greyhound. The other Greyhound, the first one died a long time ago. I didn't even realize that Greyhound had pulled up. This P4, well protected by his infantry. Not very good rocket shots by Hellfire there. Just too many rushed, panic rocket shots at the front of the tank. I just feel like had they swung around the back of the tank right away instead of taking shots at its front, they could have got behind it before their infantry showed up and killed it. But hindsight's 2020. That P4 is still alive. 76 is up here, taking some rockets hits of his own from Pecky 13, Peck 13. Rusty Shackleford runs straight up to the tank, does not take into account where he came from. There's a lot of Ronin going on around the Call Trail now, so that looks like that OP did get up back here somewhere. They've also got a squad up over here directly coming from Scar. They have made it into this trench now, so they're just pushing hard. Hellfire's having a hard time with some of this marksmanship. These guys are shooting really good. Ronin, they're working really well together. They're communicating. And they're keeping a line. They're keeping a solid line. They're just pushing these guys all across the line, keeping it strong. Anywhere where they start to lose their line, they immediately send reinforcements. So Ronin's doing a really good job of keeping up the pressure. A little bit of flanking, but most of it has just been frontline fighting. But with that being said, as I just pointed out a moment ago, they did manage to get one squad leader past. Here comes Infamous now up towards the radar tower. They're really starting to get their flankers out and around. Hellfire's starting to make a little bit of progress in the south, pushing towards Sigfried. Not quite making it through. They have a lot of pressure, but they're also taking a lot of casualties. This garrison is still holding strong for Ronin, so unless they can take that garrison out, they're kind of pushing towards it now. Let's go ahead and drop down a little bit, see how far they can push in there. There's a spawn in on an OP and on the garrison simultaneously. And they're getting close to the garrison, but they're already taking casualties. Ronin has pushed in. Taking hold of this south area again, keep control on it. Hellfire is pushing out and around. They are pushing out and around in the south, but they don't know that garrison's there and taking more casualties. They did get Chipamogli. Not pushing towards the garrison. Spirit might have spotted it just now, but Ronin pushing massive reinforcements up this direction. McCraith and Spirit taking them, some of them out. Gets to the garrison. Looks like he might take that garrison out. Maybe some grenades coming in. Garrison goes down. Rulo takes him out. Rulo goes down. Spirit still in the trench. Nacho goes down. Leatherkite going out and around. Spirit gets taken out from the back. Looks like from over there, maybe Rusty Shackleford. Or no, Large Mouse. Large Mouse got him, I think. He's a sniper. Up here in Sigfried line, a squad did manage to squeeze past while all that was happening. Looks like they came through right about here, just north of where that fight was happening. Managed to get into the point. There is a squad leader here. They do have their OP up in the trenches. Rupert's pushing out just past that. They've got pretty solid here. There is a number of Ronin guys falling back. This will take the pressure off of Call Trail. Flares going up over there, trying to clear out the infiltrations. This squad's holding pretty strong. They're starting to draw the artillery. We'll get in a little closer. Alright, look at this. A squad against a squad. They're getting enveloped a little bit. Some guys swinging around to the south. They're really close in. They're getting really close to their OP. FTR and Valdez right up on it. Machine gun goes down. Josh the Doc holding close. I'm a little surprised that grenade did not take out that OP. Valdez pushing right up on Josh the Doc. Josh the Doc took out Conejo. There is a spawn in on the OP there. Valdez runs into the bunker. He's going to jump right up. Josh the Doc hears him. Shoots, misses twice. Valdez gets him. Sheepdog pushing out and away from the OP. The OP is gone. He moved it down here. Trying to get themselves a little bit of breathing room from this pressure. I don't know if they took the OP or if he just moved it. Where did that come from? Precision strike here? No, that's the artillery. I don't know where what that precision strike just went after. Didn't hear it. It was too close into this fight up here in the front. Anyways, this has been pretty much stopped now. There's a number of Ronin reinforcements flooding in. They still have this OP up in the front, but it's pretty stalemated. It did afford them the opportunity to pull Call Trail back out of pressure. Down here in the south. That squad is still somewhere over here. Don't know where they have their OP, but they're still in the back line, wreaking a little bit of havoc. Jake goes down from Koenig. Peck 13 pushing back over there. Some sort of spawn in back there. That garrison there. That's in the zone. He might draw some attention. We'll see. The big dumb baby butt. Big dumb baby butt's doing the... being kind of smart. Let's keep ourselves from behind that tree. Takes out Ryoku. Big dumb baby butt goes down. Koenig pushing towards the garrison. Not sure if he can see it. Is that him taking it out? Bandaging. Where's the garrison? It's up over here. Right there. Jig spawns back in. Oh, gets taken out by Koenig. Koenig's going to get that garrison. For sure. We'll go ahead and pull away from that fight. Let's head back over to Sigfried, see what happened over there. This squad has pushed out a little bit, it looks like. So it's getting a little intermixed, or possibly just trying to find the spawns, clear the spawns away from Sigfried so that maybe they can get a little more pressure in. Sheepdog takes down MP Lazaro. FTR and Machine Gun LA right on top of each other. What's that? Machine Gun... Where are you? Machine Gun Larry. Machine Gun Larry. Another spawn in over here on the OP. Valdez coming in from the back. He will hear that OP as he runs past. He didn't hear that OP as he ran past. He had to just barely be out of range of it. He goes down. That OP is going to stay up. That means his pressure is going to stay on. A lot of pings going on over here. There's a Tiger. Tiger taking some long-range shots. I know we haven't really been paying too much attention to the tank gameplay. Sorry, I can't help it. I'm a former infantryman. I love my infantry. Let's see if we can see... So what's he... Got to be shooting at the 76 over on the road. Not sure if he can see all the way up there, but he's taking shots at something. Long distance shots. Artillery coming down close to him. We'll come back to him. I know I already missed a tank kill, but that's alright. We don't need to sit there and watch a tank who's shooting long range. Infantry still holding strong over here. This squad desperately needs support. They're keeping so much pressure on up here in the point, and they just... their other squads can't make it in there. I feel like both teams are strictly holding to their sectors. Ronin's done a pretty good job with their flexibility, shifting around, but I feel like this squad that was down here could have like shifted north or something, maybe got up into the circle. I mean, lots of things could have happened. We haven't really seen what they were doing. We've been really focused on this squad that's up in the point, and for obvious reasons, they're right in the point. I mean, they get a handful of kills and a couple of OPs, and they could really start capping this. So Salvador pushing up close. They're just hanging out in the bunker, holding their position. Machine Gun Larry taking shots at Airy, goes down. Taking some more casualties. Airy goes down, still holding in the bunker. They lost their OP, so I think they're just holding their position, trying to take out as many as they can. Scar has been contested again, so Hellfire's pushed back through to Scar. The lines on in this matchup are sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. So there's just the lines break and then they reform. It's kind of interesting to see. Somebody will punch through and then the other team will punch through, and let's lock onto somebody and run through the jungle. Oh, Sheepdog goes down to Infamous. Infamous now pushing past. Looks like he's got a pretty clear shot to push through the woods further north. Or further west, I mean, and then shifting north. He'll probably get something in somewhere by these gun pits. He is right on top of this garrison. He ran right past it. Where is it? Right there. Ran right past it. Didn't see it. Looks like the Greyhound took him out too, so he's not going to get through there. We're going to climb back out of these trees. While that happened, they did manage to secure Sigfried again. Josh the Doc pushed past, but he's an engineer. He's not going to be able to do much back there, except maybe get some spawns. Stapes here in the center, squad leader. Got Kaneho coming up behind him. Gets him. So, the only real pressure right now from Hellfire seems to be coming from Scar. And there's a lot of Ronin guys pushing that way. So, it might take a minute. So, it just... Well, actually, over here in the north, so up here north of Kyle Trail, it does look like they managed to take control. There's an airhead. Just got an airhead down. There's artillery coming down on it. There's the bombing run. Wow. Beautifully timed bombing run, but bombing runs don't take out airheads, I guess. Grenades do. It's an airheads seem to follow the same principles of OPs, where grenades can kill them, but bombing runs can't. There's a spawn in on the airhead. That's going to be a decent amount of pressure for Ronin. However, let's go ahead and watch some machine gun action. They do have this tank down here. And a machine gun. Couple of machine guns. He's looking off the wrong direction. Just really watching the flanks. I wonder if he's trying to make sure they don't get out and around the tank. That's just a Stuart. So he's got his rear facing that way. Some long distance rockets coming in. Takes him out before he can get the next rocket off. Got Ryoko up there as an AT. Looks like he was trying to get a rocket off. That's a hit. That's a hit on the rocket, or on the Stuart. They can get another rocket. Here comes the rocket. Oh, and he hits the ground just shy. Jumping out for the repairs. I can't see my chat. I don't like that. I can't see my chat. Still watching this Stuart. There's a lot of Ronin flooding down that hill. They're starting to cap. Starting to get a cap, starting to get some pressure on. You can see that, Hellfire's coming down around behind them. There comes the rockets, trying to get some rockets on that Stuart. Lots of rockets coming in on the Stuart. There, he finally goes down. The loss of that Stuart's going to be a big deal here at Kyle Trail. We're going to back up. We're just going to watch this for just a second. I need to open this video up over here on the laptop so that I can see my chat, because I can't see my chat. There we go. There. Now I can see my chat over there. Let's get back to looking at the fight. Kyle Trail's about half capped. Here comes the Tiger. That is not good one bit for Hellfire. Let's take a look at the map. Hellfire coming in from the south. That Tiger, I'm going to back up a little bit, but that Tiger just pushed straight through a whole flock of infantry. I'm a little surprised that none of these ATs got any rockets off on him. He now has his gun facing back to the south. That airhead's probably gone now, but still got some spawn-ins coming in. About 2/3 of the way capped now. That Tiger is a huge problem for Hellfire. Huge problem. They got a good circle around it, but he's got a couple OPs around him. He's getting pinged, but he's getting spawn-ins. The infantry's getting closer. Sheepdog, Josh Stock pushing out in the flank. Darth Vapor coming from the rear. Couple rockets coming in, getting some hits on that Tiger. Josh the Doc goes down. Still, infantry still holding strong. They almost got this captured. And here we go. Boom. And there is Kyle Trail goes to Ronin. So now that Ronin's got that capture, we will see. We will see if they can do this. They're holding strong in Kyle Trail. I'm going to back up now. There's a few of Hellfire guys in here, but with that Tiger still being here, he's taking some hits from a 76 over here. Heard the shot, seen the hit. If that Tiger goes down, it's possible for Hellfire to take this back. The supplies are coming down. There goes the Tiger. 76 is going to push up. Hellfire starting to cap back. I don't think that Ronin was able to get the garrison established. Liberian Batman. Liberian Batman up there in the front, holding strong. I seen him get a couple of kills. prevented Ronin from being able to get that garrison up. There he just got that squad leader up there. Siba Casala. Oh, man. I'm so sorry. Caltrail's holding at the moment. I think that maybe that 76 is just leery of being destroyed, but if he was to push up, they could cap this. They've got quite a bit of infantry up in there. Ronin is fairly pushed out right now. We're gonna back way up for a second and just take a look at the dots. Watch as these dots flood in for a moment. Everybody's so spread out. Now, Ronin does seem to have the better infantry presence. I don't know. That is a friendly bombing run. Does not seem like it's really going to get anything. One guy. Rulo goes down. They're pushing in, but that's not a very successful bombing run, unfortunately. And let's go take a look up by approach. They do have Koenig's squad is starting to push through just south of approach. He's gonna get his OP up again somewhere on the far side of approach, just like he did to Caltrail. Start getting that harassment going in on the back line. Over here in Caltrail, they're still holding. Starting to get better numbers. That 76 in danger of being satcheled right now. Commander goes down. It's single man in that tank now. He's lost 2 of his crew. He does have infantry flooding down to protect him, but that's going to take all the time in the world. Or that's going to give all the time in the world for Ronin to establish themselves at Caltrail, get their garrison up, clear out the radio tower up here maybe. 76 went down. They might have actually got that satchel on, I guess. Yeah. Yep, they did get that satchel on. We didn't quite catch it, but they did get it on. 76 goes down. That basically secures Caltrail for the time being. Moving over here, Koenig did get his OP up. It has been called out, assuming this is where he put it. I can't see it. He is taking casualties. He's pushed back, bandaging. They're hitting this spot. Hellfire's hitting this spot for an OP really hard. I don't hear it. I don't think this is where the OP is. This is just where they're fighting. Oh, nope, there's the OP. They are aware of it then. Looks like he's trying to fall back and reposition it someplace further back. Hellfire reacting really well to that. So we're just going to go ahead and pull over here. Caltrail's getting capped a little bit. They did not establish themselves at Caltrail as much as I thought they would. There's a strafing run. That was a Hellfire strafing run. Not seeing a lot coming in for Ronin. I would have expected them to bring in more reinforcements. Let's see if we can... Let's do a quick flyby and see if we can just spot their garrison real quick. While also watching this fight. I don't hear the garrison. So it doesn't seem to be by this bunker. A lot of fighting breaking out over there. Never heard there's the garrison. Right at the end of our flyby. Had we kept going, we would have heard it. So there's the garrison. Still holding strong. Good position on the backside. Artillery being called directly on it. They know it's there. They have to know it's there, or at least that it's in that general area. They probably have another garrison down here by the factory. This is another good position this is a really strong position for protecting Caltrail from the south. It's far enough away. They could definitely have a garrison here. I'm not going to spend the time to look for it, but they're getting a good flank fire up on Hellfire down here from the south now. That will alleviate the pressure from the center of Caltrail. Up in the north, they are a little intermixed, but it looks like they have a fair control by the radio tower. Hellfire's a little intermixed there. They got some guys up here. I cannot think off the top of my head the name of this point. Hearing some shooting going on below me. It's just all over the place at the moment. So we're going to go back over here, take a look at this infiltration. It does look like Hellfire's cleaning this up pretty good. So it worked at Caltrail. It does not seem like it's going to work at approach. They are much more leery of that infiltration to their rear, of those harassing squads getting behind them. Pushing up here in the north, though. They're starting to push past the radar station. So I'm wondering if they are now going to start setting up in this general area. Maybe get a garrison here, get a garrison here. You know, you get a Gary here, you get a Gary here, and you get a Gary up here. And really, you need garrisons along this line somewhere, maybe up here. Not too close, but close enough where you can flood your reinforcements directly into the red zone if you, from the garrison if your OPs are hot. It's hard up here because once you break these trees right about here, you're in the wide open coming down a hill. So we'll see what they do. There is some capping going on right now. Hellfire did manage to make it into Call Trail. Ooh, excuse me. Pyro and McCrae, 2 squad leaders here in the point. So get their OPs up and close. Maybe they get some reinforcements in. Up to 12 guys making it into the circle could be a big problem for Ronin. About half cap now. Taking some fire. Looks like Ronin's pushing up from the south. Getting some flank fire on this. Trying to push them out. They've stopped the cap. I think their garrison's still safe. Getting some, starting to get in grenade range now. Some heavy fire going on. Some submachine guns and machine guns engaging. Looks like Hellfire's got some decent reinforcements coming in yet too, but Ronin just holding strong from their positions. Now, the garrison is actually further north, right about where those guys just spawned in, so it looks like Ronin got a decent spawn in. They're starting to push back into Hellfire. Domo holding his position right there, laying low by the trenches. Some machine guns coming in now. Let's take a look. That's from the Tiger. Tiger pushing in now. Gonna help defend here at Call Trail. And I think this is 100% shut down now. Put a little bit of pressure on. Again, that communication from Ronin is just paying off down here. We're gonna speed it up and we're gonna climb out of this forest. We're gonna move away from here for a second. Go find out what's going on out on the flanks. There hasn't really been too much of a line. There's a bit of a line going on right here. It does look like Hellfire is trying to push into this warehouse down here. They have called garrison. Can't quite see it, but it's probably there. Spirit pushing out and around. Maybe looking to get his OP behind the warehouse. Oh, there's the garrison. Taking tank fire. Spirit going for it. 3, 2, 1. No spawn in. So he's going to get that garrison. Garrison goes down. Hellfire now is able to establish themselves down here by the warehouse. That could help them get some pressure, get some more pressure, you know, swing their line down and around to the south, start pushing through these woods, getting more pressure on the Call Trail from the southwest. There's the custom rule set for the server popping up with 37 minutes left to go on the match, but that's fine. Because we fixed the yes button. We don't have to open a menu to close that. Up here by the radar tower, Ronin's taking complete control, so a little bit of trade-off. Is that supplies? That's an airhead. That's going to get taken out immediately. Looks like Hellfire tried to drop an airhead here at the radio tower. Gets taken out immediately by the Tiger. Back down here in the south by the warehouse, Hellfire was not able to establish themselves. They do have a 76, you can see, pushing way out and around to the south. Maybe he's looking to come around and get these tanks from the rear. They do also have the Greyhound doing the same thing. 2 Tigers in Call Trail. One's looking in this general direction. They know this warehouse is really hot right now. There goes the Greyhound. Runs over that guy. That's unfortunate. You got run over on camera. Embarrassing. Francia goes down. Greyhound helping them to reestablish themselves down here at the warehouse. Call Trail's still safe, but they are getting themselves down here. Chippemogley's probably calling out that Greyhound. Infamous most likely spotted that 76. If not, Chipamogly's gonna see it. Either way, you can bet these Tigers. Yep, here comes the Tiger. He takes a hit from the 76. Tell you what, let's go over here to the 76. 76 taking hit from the Tiger. Gets the Tiger. Wow. Shooting the Tiger in the front, I would think that the Tiger would win, but they got the better armor. But if you know where to shoot, you know where to shoot. And at the same time, Infamous got his squad down here. Ricochets and misses going on with the rockets. Real close, though. The Greyhound pushing in, trying to save him. There should be one more rocket coming at him. Maybe. Oh, he went for the Greyhound. He went for the Greyhound. Probably the better call. You can almost guaranteed kill a Greyhound with a rocket. 76 is a little more challenging. You got to make sure you hit that sweet spot. The other Tiger now turned around, pushing south, reacting to the 76. Hellfire not really able to get themselves established at this warehouse like they wanted to. By the time the tanks got in position, Ronin had already cleared their infantry out, gotten back behind them. You know, they must have garrisons back here. As soon as they saw those tanks coming, they immediately came in behind him. Precision strike most likely was sent after that Tiger. He has long moved away. He's going to get that 76. He's going to get that 76 in the side right now. Boom! There he goes. Hellfire was doing a really good job with their tanks early on, but these Tigers are starting to pull it back. There comes another bombing run. That is another bombing run from Hellfire that just a swing and a miss. It's very unfortunate for Hellfire that they're. I mean, maybe they got the garrison. I don't know where Ronin's garrisons were, so I can't say about that. But I did not see any infantry go down. Rock and McCraith right there taking side shots at the Tiger. Goes down immediately. Call trail holds. While those tank shenanigans were going down in the south, though, up here at the radio tower, Hellfire pushing hard. Hellfire's counterattacks are looking really strong. They're really gathering themselves up after that initial loss. They might, maybe they can take Call Trail back and push this through. But it's hard to say. Way up here in the north, we haven't looked up here yet. Peck 13 coming in as a squad leader, looking to get something going on up here. So, let's just shoot right up to the very edge of the map. We're outside the map now, but right about there, you got Grayley Sked is pushing right along the edge of the map. Peck 13 up here too, probably dropping an OP. Grayley Sked's probably scouting for him, telling him what he can see. Yep, you can see him marking and pinging stuff. I doubt he can see that from back there. Oh, the commander was over there. Sneaky, sneaky commander. Maxinator made it all the way out and around, maybe trying to get a garrison up. I'm not sure. These infiltrations, though, is going to cause a lot of problems for Hellfire's attacks up here and over by Call Trail, though. They'll have to pull back reinforcements for it, and if they don't, then those infiltrations will just get worse and worse and worse until full squads are back there. Down here by the warehouse, they're trying to hold on to it. Infamous swings out and around behind them, starting to take them out from behind. Ronin's flanking. Their flanking is just, they're doing a good job of not grinding themselves into pieces. If something isn't working, they immediately shift to another flank. Hellfire's doing pretty good too. They got some decent marksmanship going on. Good awareness. They have been paying attention to what's going on around them. But this warehouse, they've made Ronin have made it into the warehouse. They're clearing out the OPs. Domos takes out Ryoko, but I think he got their OP that was over there. Yeah, this is looking pretty cleared out down here in the south. See, take a second for me to look over at the chat. I got the Tiger, nice shots. Yeah. Rulo the bush Wookie. Yep, you guys are seeing it. You guys are seeing Rulo when he was in that bush. That was good. There's a spawn in from Ronin right there. That's gonna tell us where the garrison is. There is... Is that a Stewart? Stewart? 76? I can't quite tell. It's 76 or a Sherman. Sherman. And it goes down. Ooh. From the Tiger, who just pops up through the trenches and takes him out. That was very nice. Very well played. He probably didn't even know you were there. Okay, get ourselves straightened out here. A little bit of a cap going on. They are starting to push the center really hard again. Center of Call Trail. Taking a lot of pressure. It's a little bit north yet of Call Trail. They got to get more down here by this house. This area here. This flat spot. Very bottom of the hill. That's where Call Trail is. Kind of an unfortunate circle to just be right in the bowl of a couple different hills. This one in particular where you can see all the way from the radio tower. Let's take a look at the line. Looks like Hellfire's got a nice, decent line going on here. They have a lot of garrisons in the blue zone, so they're going to be very aware of Ronin trying to get into their territory. I can't see Ronin's garrisons, but they must have decent spread to be catching these attacks the way that they are. Whoa, 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 whoa. Fight breaking out right below me. Right here in the trench. Looks like Hellfire's getting in here a little bit. That Tiger, which way is he looking? He's looking the other direction, so these guys are not taking fire from the Tiger. Ooh, but they are taking some machine gun fire from down here, from Call Trail itself. And there is another squad pushing north to help clear them out. I can hear shooting now. Got Momo also shooting from further back, calling things out from that building. Come on, grab onto him. And he's just going to push up with his troops. Up here on top of the hill. It's more of a line. You can see they're just kind of on either side all the way around. There's nobody in the radio tower. Let's go take a look if there's a garrison in there. I don't hear a garrison. Don't think there's a garrison in the radio tower itself. But this Tiger is protecting that area really hard. Holding on to the north, keeping them from pushing that way. Yep. Ronin's still holding their line on the hill itself, in the trenches. Speed up, move over here a little bit. Here's another bombing run. That's over here, so that is happening at approach itself. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what the Ronin are up to. Well, let's see if we can figure out why they're dropping a bombing run over here. Got Peg 13's a squad leader. Probably got an OP close. They have begun to capture. Taking shots, takes out Holy Spirit. If you guys wonder why it glitches like that when I lock onto him, it's because locking on and unlocking the camera are two separate buttons. Liberian Batman takes him out from behind. You can hear Gralia Sked? I think that's how that's pronounced. Alright, here comes Hellfire reacting now, pushing back into Western from their garrison. But that took all of their pressure all of Call Trail. Up here on the hill, they do have a 76 kind of hanging back. I think he's trying to get a line on that Tiger. Is that Tiger still here? There's a Tiger here. I'm not sure if that's the same one. There's another Tiger back here that the Goose is trying to take out. Hits him with the hip fire. I don't know if he must be out of rockets. Oh, anyways. Doesn't seem like he satcheled it. Maybe he did. I didn't. No, he didn't. I would have been able to see it because we're on the same side. What's this? Another airhead. Hellfire trying another airhead. Now, MP Lazaro is looking at it. He does see it, but he gets taken out by Pyro. Pyro is now protecting this airhead. That airhead most likely will get a spawn off. So even though the Ronin are aware of it, it will become active. So we'll just back up a little bit, watch that spawn in, and see what they can do with it. Should be spawning in here in about 10. We're there. Oh, just one guy. Spirit takes out Gordo. Here comes Chipamogli. More shooting from Spirit. Leather Kite swinging out around Spirit. Spirit throwing grenades at Chipamogli. Gets taken out by Chipamogli. Doesn't get him with the grenade. The airhead did get another spawn in, it looks like. So here comes a wave of troops. Pushing into Cal Trail. They are capping. Was a brief cap race, but it looks like the it's a cap race. The Ronin are not winning at the moment. Let's get up over here to where Cal Trail is, because they're in there. The garrison was right. They might have got the garrison. I don't see it. It was right there. They are establishing themselves. And about half capped. They're holding these trenches good. Ronin pushing in. Here comes the Tiger heading this way. He's pushing in, seeing what he can do to stop these guys. They're still holding the trenches. Tiger's taking some rockets. They're still not in the trenches. Ronin has stopped the cap. Does not look like they were able to establish a garrison on the airhead. Ronin is now holding pretty strong. At the same time, if you look at the ticker, you can see that Hellfire did hold on to their point. A little bit of back and forth, but you can see Ronin's now getting into Call Trail. They're starting to take out Hellfire, starting to clear this out. Here comes the Tiger into the circle. Here comes a bombing run. That's looking to be... What did they get here? Just a truck? Oh, they managed to take out a repair station and one guy with that bombing run. So a little better than the last one. Probably not as good as they'd hoped. Tiger getting real brazen, just pushing right in. He does have infantry support. Taking some rockets hit, gets stuck in the trench. That's really bad for the Tiger. And the Tiger goes down. Now they haven't started capping yet. That looked like a satchel. I wonder if they had it satcheled too. They haven't started there. Now, okay, now they're starting to cap. Looks like they've got a pretty good envelopment around the actual circle here. Just taking control of the circle. See how Ronin responds to this. They're going to be coming back from all sectors now. You can see them coming down the hill up there. Pushing really hard back to Call Trail. They're pulling it back. They are starting to cap onto approach over there. So we'll watch this for just a split second here. Looks like they're probably going to clean this up. Let's head over to approach and see what's going on over there. Looks like kind of the same situation. Ronin's got some guys in the circle. Hellfire's starting to bring in their reinforcements from all directions, trying to stop this capture. Holding by this house. Ronin's trying to spread out a little bit. They're still capping. There's no bombing run here for either team. Now, because they're capping, that HQ is stopped, so there is a garrison here, right there by that house. That's their only lifeline. They're pulling it back. Looks like they stopped this. You can see Bellion back here with his MG. Not sure what he's protecting. Garrison, airhead, one of those things. I don't see anything. Getting some spawn-ins over here. There's the OP. Still trying to keep the pressure on, but Hellfire is now committed to this defense. You can see they've got one of their tanks has come back. The Stuart, yeah, Stuart. Number of their infantry have come back. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of flickering on both the tickers. There's a lot of infiltration going on for both teams, getting into the cracks. It's like a satchel going on to the Stuart. That's a solo tanker. So unless the infantry can push up and get that satchel, that's going to go off. Should get another wave of reinforcements in here. We'll see if President Sancho can get that satchel off in time. He's got to be calling for help. Somebody help me get this off. There's the AT popped up. Looks like they got it. The tank is going to be saved. There's another spawn in on the OP. But with that tank being saved, they're going to be able to push their infantry in harder. They did clear that machine gun up over there in the corner. And looks like this attack's going to get shut down. Let's take a look a little further around. So while Hellfire was reacting to that did free up Ronin to shift the rest of their forces around. They've moved across this whole hill. They're not fighting around the radio tower anymore. There's just one or two Hellfire guys down here by Call Trail, goose up and close, but looks like both the attacks from both sides were stopped. And yeah, so 18 minutes left on the clock. We're kind of getting down to the end here now. So, oh god, I just scared myself. I couldn't see my microphone. Couldn't see my microphone bar for a second. I thought I was muted. I was gonna freak out. The Caltrail's looking pretty safe. I honestly, now that I look over and I see somebody make a comment about the arty, I have not seen excessive arty anywhere. Like, you know, for example, when Kyle Trail was being capped just now by Hellfire and they had all their guys in the circle, you would have expected artillery to direct on them way harder. The Greyhound trying to slip through down here, give Spirit some cover so he can get established by the warehouse. Two squad leaders here, trying to build OPs, trying to get their guys up close to this Greyhound, trying to protect that garrison that's right there. He's going to spot it. Is he solo? There's two of them. Just a driver and a gunner, so he would not have seen that garrison. That's very fortunate for Ronin that he did not spot that garrison. He's just going to circle around and get out of there. I hear some shooting down here. Spirit is now aware of the garrison. Takes out MP Lazaro. Nacho pushes down to try and save the garrison. Doesn't get there in time. Spirit takes it out. Pushes away. That'll give Hellfire the chance to establish themselves down there. Alright, the fight has moved really far away from Call Trail now. I think that maybe Ronin are trying to re-establish their lines. Hard to say. They are pushed in really hard over here by approach right here. Trying to come down this hill, and that's where the garrison was. Still is. The garrison's still there. Holy Spirit shooting up the hill, trying to hold back this attack. Can hear some grenades going, probably smokes. Here's the garrison tucked into this building. And you can just see the Ronin trying to push down the hill. You can see Hellfire's trying to push up the hill from the other direction. Pushing right into their flank as they're trying to push down to the point. You can hear a bombing run coming. That's going to go right over top of me. There goes the garrison. Now, that's going to be a big problem for Hellfire if they can start this cap. And they've got it contested. It was flickered for a second there. If they can start this cap, Hellfire won't be able to bring in any reinforcements Well, they do have a garrison back here. They did build a backup Gary. That's really smart that they built that backup Gary back there. After having their HQ get shut down once already. Ronin trying to push through these woods. Having a hard time getting in there. Looks like Hellfire, yep, they're going to establish a garrison up over here in the north now. So there goes that lost garrison advantage that they had. Down here at the warehouse, still a little bit of fighting going on back and forth. It looks like a lot of the fighting's going way out on the flanks right now. People trying to capture these garrisons. They reestablished this garrison here at the warehouse. I did see it pinged, so it looks like that they are aware that it was reestablished. And they're just trying to push through and take that out. Oh, excuse me. A little bit of a fluctuating line going on up here, but this battle is just spread out. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get up here in the air, and I'm just going to fly over the battle. So fighting going on down here in the south, and then you shift over here to the west, and you can see that they're not really too close to each other. They're getting some long-range fighting going on through the trees. Let's get up above the trees. Over here, you can see they're kind of getting intermixed into the burnt-out forest. There's a 76 pushing up over here by the supply truck. Some more garrisons established. Looks like Hellfire is getting set up to push some sort of attack right up the road, right into the front door. So before they do, let's just shift up. They do have a lot of guys. Now maybe they're gonna try like a little bit of a pincer. They push the tank and a couple infantry up the main road, and then they get the rest of their infantry to come up and over the hill past the radio tower. But there is about to be a tank battle going on here at 76, dangerously close to this Tiger. I don't think you can see him. Boom! One-shots him. One-shots the 76. Nice shooting by... who's our gunner? Troyan. Nice shot. Nice shot, Troyan. Alright, Tiger's going to keep moving. That's going to make it so that Cal Trail, that pressure that I was just predicting, is completely negated. And, yeah. Up here on the north, Ronin still trying to keep the pressure on to approach. Can't quite get through on this north side. It can get really difficult up over here. They got that garrison too, so they're going to have markers knowing that enemies are coming. They're going to know when they get close. It's going to be really hard for them to push through this forest. They did mark a garrison back here, though. That's an airhead? Yeah, buddy. There's the airhead with Koenig trying to... Oop, sorry, pushing the wrong buttons. Grenade gets it. Holy Spirit must have thrown that before he went down. That's unfortunate for Ronin. They really could have used that here in the last few minutes. They're still getting a lot of pressure on. That was a bit of a distraction for Hellfire, having to deal with that. Here comes the Tiger. Looks like Ronin is getting ready to just push right in the front. A little bit of a cap race going on again. It's flickering for both sides. Should be really easy for Ronin to pull this back, though. There isn't actually anybody in the circle, so one or two guys spawn in on the garrison here, and they should be able to pull that back. They are dropping supplies south of approach, so maybe they're trying to get a garrison up down there. Maybe it's for a distraction. There was a bombing run down here at the warehouse, but while this is all happening, they are still capping approach. So we're going to shift back over here. They're pushing really hard into the front door. It's a bit of a cap race again. Here comes the Tiger right in the front. Organic trying what he can to hold back this flood of infantry coming in. Holy Spirit also holding. This is a pretty heavy cap coming in right now from Ronin. About half capped. This is a really strong attack. I'm gonna shift over. I want to make sure. I would imagine this tiger is in the circle, but I just want to make sure this tiger is not in the circle. So if they start pulling this back, that tiger can still push forward and begin the cap again. So this is looking pretty scary for Hellfire right now. There's a rocket hit to the rear. Rupert's coming. Conejo trying to protect him. Tiger's pushing up. Takes the second rocket hit. Looks like he lost his engine, but he did not go down entirely. And that's a big deal. That's going to mean that he's still adding cap weight. They're jumping out, trying to get the repairs on. Infantry's trying to cover them. There was a big spawn in down there by Hellfire. They're starting to pull it back now. Some rockets coming in. Ronin trying to push some more infantry into the fight, trying to get that tank back up. I hear the other tiger is pushing up, and I think that Ronin is just going to all in this right now. Push both the tigers into the circle, and they've had enough. There goes, ticker's going down. 3, 2, 1. Boom. And that is game, set, match. Congratulations to Ronin for your victory. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scores real quick. Let's see, we've got Charlie Squad for Hellfire with a 1400 combat score. You got Fox Squad, 3000 combat score. That looked crazy. 2500 for Fox Squad. I know a lot of these guys are shifting squads, so it's not like that squad did that score the whole match, but still, you're seeing some big combat scores. I just saw an 800 combat score for an infantryman for Hellfire, so just phenomenal gameplay out there. Phenomenal gameplay. So, with that being said, we'll go ahead and shut it down. That was week number 2, Division 4, American Premier League for Hell Let Loose. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night.
Goomotrain, the legend of the fearless one, with the heart of fire and a blazing sun.